Are you behind in your mortgage payments? Has the bank contacted you and threatened you with foreclosure? In this video, I'm going to show you the 6 phases of a foreclosure. And I'm also going to give you the options that you have as a homeowner in case you do not want to lose your property to a foreclosure. Hi everyone, this is Fernando Herboso with Maxus Realty Group of Samson Properties. First of all, I want to make sure you understand I am not an attorney, I am a real estate agent, I am a broker for Maryland, DC, and Virginia. I can help you with the process of selling your property, show you what options do you have in case you're losing your property to foreclosure, but making sure that you understand that I'm not an attorney and you cannot be taking my advice from an attorney point of view. Okay, so let's get started. What are the 6 phases of foreclosure for a property so you can understand what choices do you have and when you should implement these choices, So we're going to start right away with number one. The number one for the 6 phases of foreclosure is the payment default. This is when it happens, that whenever a mortgage is not being paid and you're like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months behind, this is when the bank is basically getting nervous that you are not paying. They've been calling you and hopefully you answer the phone because you want to talk to them. You don't want to avoid them because that's the worst thing you can do to a bank, because when they don't hear from you and they don't know nothing about you, they get nervous. They thinking that you may have just left and moved to another country and they have that property and they need to go ahead and take over it and making sure that they take care of it. So whenever they call you, you have to just be honest with them. What's the reason why you're behind in your payments? Are you lost your job? Are you sick? What's going on? Sometimes a divorce. They have to give you possibly some type of advice of what you should go and do next. But most importantly is that you are talking to them. But if there is nothing that can be done, then immediately they were going to start sending you the notice of default. The notice of default is basically a official document that the bank is sending you, telling you that you have these few months that you have not made any payments, and that they officially are sending you a notice of default, so you can go ahead and take that notice because they're gonna use that notice with the judge whenever they have to go to the court to inquire about helping them get your house because it was a collateral for your loan, and they want to get the house from you because you're not paying your mortgage. That's as basic as it can be. While you're doing this, what are the things that you need to be doing? You have some options, okay? If for some reason there is absolutely no way you're going to be able to keep the house, this is the time when you should be considering doing a short sale for the property. The short sale of a property meaning is that you can sell this property, and even if you don't have enough money to pay off everything to the bank may accept the money that they're going to get from selling the house as a short sale as paying in full, and then basically you do this transaction and you don't have to pay any money to the bank. And in other cases, what I notice is sometimes the options that a homeowner may have, especially nowadays when the property values are so high, is that you may be able to have some money extra. You can pay the bank everything for the house, plus you have enough money extra, you can use that money to move out and go somewhere else. You may not know how much money you have in there because property values have gone up in the last few years. So for that reason, you need to speak to a real estate agent that knows about short sales and make sure that you have maybe a balance that you're gonna have and not do a short sale, but just regular sale, so you can go ahead and sell your property and get that extra money so you can use it for your next house. There are many options that you have as a person that is behind on the mortgage payments, but you have to speak to someone who can help you. The person who's going to help you is going to be somebody who's experienced, a real estate broker like me, and somebody who will be able to have all this information for you so they can give you all the options that you have. It's not necessarily what is good for the realtor, what is good for the bank, or what's good for the attorney. It's what is good for you. That's what you need to follow, and that's one thing that you need to make sure that you're seeking from those people. Then after they do the notice of default, they have a notice of trustee of sale. So the trustee is a person that's working for the court system, and they're going to be in charge to making sure that the property is going to be put for sale and they want to sell it so they can get the money so they can pay off the house. This is the time when they're going to advertise on the newspaper. They're going to advertise it everywhere. And normally what they do is they have a sale of the property on their steps of the courthouse. So where they're going to go to the next phase, which is phase number 4, the trustee or sale, where they're going to sell to the highest bidder. If the money is good, the bank is going to say sold. And as the new buyer is going to come in there, make the payments and everything else, and the title is going to be transferred to this guy. And the trustee also handles all the paperwork from the court system to making sure that your name is taken off now of the title, and now it's going to the new person, so the sale can be completed and be legal. A legal sale in the state where it's coming from, whether it's Virginia, Maryland, or Washington, D.C. So now, after that, sometimes when the bank cannot sell the house on an auction because there are not enough buyers or they're not willing to pay much money, then the bank may go over there and do a regular sale on the MLS with another agent as a REO, real estate owned. Basically, the lender will send a minimum bid with the listing agent. They're going to put this property on the market, and sometimes you may be able to buy this property like that without having to go through the trustee or do a regular sale on the property. This is very important aspect during the foreclosure process. A real estate owned property is when a bank owns the property. Okay, and if it did not sell on the auction, the bank wants to sell this property. They don't want to own this property, and they sell on it basically as is. In some cases, that property, you may have the previous owners, the ones that they got foreclosed on, they're still living on the property. So you have to be very careful, especially if you're a buyer and you're buying a property that's a real estate owned. You may find out that the people may still be there. So there are many potential problems with that, especially if you're the buyer of this property. Finally, the eviction is the part of what is going to happen when the final person buys this property, and then if it's still somebody living there, they have to go through the court to making sure that they move out of the house so they can have the house 100% and do whatever they want to do. Well, sometimes they buy it as an investment, and obviously they want to have the property completely free and clear of any trash, any furniture, and obviously make sure there's nobody living there so they can have it ready, clean, fix, paint it, so they can make their money, because that's what they do. They buy foreclosures to make money. So this is basically the basic information about a foreclosure, a pre-foreclosure, and if you're facing with problems from the bank because you cannot make your payments, I'm over here to give you the advice that you need as far as the options that you have from a real estate point of view. I can help you with that, and if you need help for an attorney point of view, you need to call an attorney. Remember that. I cannot give you legal advice, but I can give you real estate advice to making sure that you have all the options and take the most money possible from the house and not lose it to a foreclosure. My name is Fernando Herboso. I'm working in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. I am a broker. Please give me a call if you need some more information. See you on the next video.